A little update on Crossfaith. The band put out a statement. Those that don't know, they were caught in a controversy where one of the members was talking to an underage girl and did not go over very well, and then the band defended them, and then they didn't. And Radke had called them out on this on social media, and it just blew up, which really sucks for Crossfaith because they were about to start blowing up really fast. And one of the bands that they looked up to, Falling in Reverse, were the ones that pretty much destroyed them at this point. That's the way I look at it. That's a wild story. It's like they completely destroyed themselves. They put out a note about their future saying, after careful and thorough discussions among the members about our future, we have decided to take an indefinite hiatus as a band, as we believe it is necessary to take this time to reflect on who we are as Crossfaith and rebuild our foundation. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who has supported us, and we sincerely apologize for having to deliver such news. Each member will continue their individual activities with sincerity and dedication. I read that as they're done. They're done.
Yikes. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's rough, man. I feel so bad for the people that may not have been involved at all, but there was some bad decision making happening here, not just from one person, but likely from multiple. And I think they could have handled this better. I think it sucks because they're a pretty good band. I don't know, man. I don't think they're coming back together, though. It's really hard to recover from something like this.
Like Metal Incarnate says, indefinite hiatus in Japanese means they broke up. And yeah, that's for the most part that's happened.
What did y'all's thought on that? Do you think, because I saw like Gordon and some people in the chat talking about, do you think Ronnie was just being spiteful and calling him out just to
No, I don't think so.
Shit on him, or do you think it was a good thing to call it out? Like,
I think it was a good thing to call it out. I don't like the way he went about it, but of course that's Ronnie. That's his style. That's how he does it. He has a kid. He has a kid. So when you have a kid, like, you're gonna make sure you call out every single thing. Not saying if you don't have a kid, you're not gonna call out, but there's a little bit more passion.
It hits harder.
It hits harder. There's more passion behind it. He decided to film him in the heat of the moment doing it, and he wanted it to get taken care of. So he just called it out.
It did.
Because he felt like, you guys saw the conversations. It didn't, like when you're looking at it, there's some parts where Ronnie could have just stopped, and he didn't. I think he should have just left it on the side and not blew it up publicly. Like, he should have just taken care of it and then let the band try to resolve it. But it did seem like the band was being slow to resolve, but then you could argue it could have been a translation issue, miscommunication between the members, not knowing English and stuff like that. But then the singer does. The singer knows English pretty well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it was handled properly. And Ronnie's been doing this forever. He always just blows it up publicly. Like, he's known to do.
I think Ronnie did the right thing for the wrong reasons in the wrong way. So, like, ultimately, we got what we needed, but I don't think that his intent was necessarily in the right place. And I don't necessarily think that he handled it in a respectable manner. But we got to the point where we needed, which was people knowing the truth.
I don't know if I've ever seen Ronnie handle anything in a respectable manner.
No, man. That's why I don't want to just sit here and be like, "Go, Ronnie, you did a great thing, buddy." I don't think he cared really that much about that, as much as he cared about having some drama on his YouTube channel or whatever that he could talk about and make money off of.
I think Ronnie just has given up. I think he is just so checked out. He's written entire songs about cancel culture. Like, I think he's just so checked out of the idea of, you can't cancel me. Like, you can't, like, you can do whatever you want. Like, I can do whatever I want. And I think he just likes to push that envelope of, I can say whatever I want on here. You guys can't do shit about it. Free speech.
Eminem syndrome. At some point, you reach a certain I don't give a fuck attitude where people can't cancel you because you don't give a fuck if you get canceled.
Exactly. I think that's where he's at. Listen, I don't think those messages were good. I think it's fucked up you sent that. I think you knew exactly what you were doing, and I'm going to call it out. And he did not care about his tact or the way he was going to be viewed about it. So I think you said it perfectly, Champ. I think he did the right thing in the wrong way for the wrong reasons. I think that was the perfect way to put it.
So, something to remember too, was it only 5 years ago, like, Japan itself, like, that culture just changed, like, the law of what's underage and what isn't too. Like, that's a factor that plays in. I think it's something crazy. I looked this up a while ago. We were talking about it. It was like age of consent was like 13. It was crazy. It was a very young age, and they just upped it only a few years ago. Not saying
this is going to be a really weird Google search. Hold on.
Yeah, not saying that it's any better or anything, like.
Oh my god,
it's just different culture.
Age of consent. Yeah, age of consent raised from 13 to 16.
Yeah. So it was and that was just recently.
I don't know. I'm trying to find the link. Hold on.
Yeah, it was only like a few years ago that they raised it to 16. So I'm just saying, not justifying or anything. Just remember the culture over there for a very long time. The consent was 13.
This was 2023. This was super recent.
Yeah, so only 2 years ago they raised it to 16.
Oh, that changes the perspective a lot. Wow. And it's still fucked up. But
it's still fucked up, but yeah.
At least I can understand why it was less fucked up in their eyes. Like, whoa.
Because there was a time in the States where people thought the consent was, what, like 12 or something like that?
Listen, let's not talk about the state's history. All right, we don't want to go down that road.
But you got to put it in perspective, like the cultures and stuff, like where the bands are coming from. Not saying that it's right or anything. Like, it's definitely fucked up to have it that low. Even 16 still not high enough, in my opinion.
During the Me Too movement, there was like a big thing that happened in the wrestling industry where a bunch of people got canceled. And I will say there were a couple in the UK that got canceled for sleeping with 16-year-old girls, 16 and 17-year-old girls. But the age of consent was 16 where they were. It didn't matter to the public opinion. You know what I mean? And that's for any individual person to decide. Legally, it was okay. These people still are not working in the industry anymore because of how we feel as a society about it. So it's legality when it comes to age of consent. To me, it's a really weird topic because what are we talking about? Yesterday it was okay, and tomorrow yesterday it wasn't okay. Tomorrow it is. It's a weird conversation to have.
Using legality as a form of morality is not always a solid argument.
Yeah. So I look at that and I go, if you think it's wrong for a 25-year-old to sleep with a 16-year-old, it shouldn't matter what country you're in or anything like that's up to you to decide. I personally think it's fucking icky regardless.
Yeah, and for sure, I totally get what you're saying, because it's always going to matter what the public thinks, no matter what the states, what anyone says. Like, even in the U.S., we range from 16 to 18. There's no 15. Somebody put 15 in chat. It's 16 to 18. There's no state that does 15 for age of consent in the States.
And it changes, like I remember, for example, in New Jersey, it was like if you were 16, the person that you were sleeping with couldn't be older than 18. And then once they were older than 18 or not, if they were 19, that person had to be 18.
I'm not going to lie.
Right? So it was like it depends on where you are in your life and stuff like that. I'm
not going to lie. I'm shocked at how many states are 16 for age of consent in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea. I don't even know what Texas is.
It's pretty consistent, actually, crazy. 16.
Even Jersey's 16. Like New York's 17.
But like I said, with New Jersey, there are caveats. Like you can't be over 18.
I wonder how many of these are caveats too. Like it's 16, but what does the partner have to be? Like, is it 16 up to 20 or 16 up to 18?
Yeah, that's how they set a lot of these up.
The legal age of consent typically spans from 16 to 18, contingent upon the jurisdiction in certain regions conflicting. Oh, wow. So there can be changes in regions. So maybe that person that mentioned 15, maybe there's one of those states that do that.
Yeah. And this is why the whole topic is fucked.
Yeah.
It's like we're talking about you cross a state line and you got a different law. So you can't really go by the law on this stuff. You got to go by what you feel is right, what you feel is wrong individually.
I'd say we're talking about like the average person, right? But once you put yourself in a public celebrity light, everything is a lot more strict, and you have to be more strict on yourself. Like if you know this person is 14 or however old it was that he was messaging, like, you got to know better than that. Like, you have to be better than that. Yeah. That's just it. We can talk like morality and legality and all that, like depending on location and how it's bullshit or whatever. But once you become like a public figure like that, you got to be smarter than to make mistakes like that and be dumb like that.
You're just playing with fire,
girls.
man.
Yeah, don't message. To be fair, don't message anyone. Keep your shit private. Do the baby metal thing. Just be removed from the public eye outside of performing. That's how I would want to do it if I ever was like a celebrity. Like, fuck that. I don't want to be involved in any of the mess. I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, as like a general umbrella rule, I'm just gonna say if you're in your 20s, you should probably not sleep with anybody under 18. If you're in your 30s, I don't know why you would want to. You know, as a 39-year-old, there's nothing appealing about a 17-year-old girl to me. Like, it's just seems gross and off-putting. So I don't know. If you're struggling with that, man, maybe you got to look inwards a little bit.
I said, I'm surprised the South isn't 30. Yeah.
Are you? I don't know.
Yeah, they're thumping Bibles down here.
They are thumping Bibles, but I'm not sure they all stick to that Bible teachings, my friend.
No, they're the freakiest, man. Said, don't slide into Shade's DM with the meat out pigs. Yeah, please don't. Please don't. No, thanks.
Oh man.
Add a CO. That's the Parks and Rec rule. I don't think that applies to real life, buddy.
8+7.
Oh
man. All right, guys. That's the show
Let's
for today.
wrap this one up.
All right. You all have a good one.
Hi, guys.
See you.
See ya.
Peace.